Hello, hello, friends. We are live. It is Thursday, May 18th, 2023, and we are here for the daily transmission. Please say hello wherever you are. I honestly am here to keep it short and sweet today, and Kara's here, which is great because she is my inspiration for this morning's transmission. So, we were having a conversation. Hey, Jean. Oh, so good to see you. So we were having a conversation this morning, Kara and I, in our client, private client DMs. And we were talking about, she is really working on like what it means to do the work, right? Like disconnecting necessarily the concept of production and labor from value, right? Like you are not what you do. Like your value is not embedded in like, here's what I did today. Here are the number of things I checked off my list today. And that list can change on a daily basis. In order for you to be successful, I know that there are a lot of people out there who want to tell you, like, oh, you've got to do X, Y, Z today in order for you to be successful. That if I don't have my like green juice at 8 a.m. And listen, I know that I share with you my practice, but even like this whole week, I have not been at my 6 a.m. flows. I'm still good. I'm still okay. I'm still here. I'm allowed to have things shift. Now, that doesn't mean I don't have a morning practice. I do still have a morning practice that I am, spending time not in the external, but spending time with the internal, quieting things outside, journaling, mantra, etc. But I allow that to evolve as it needs to on a regular basis, whatever I need to do to prepare for the work. And that's really what like I'm here to talk about today, because I've got a post coming. I've got to finish it up this morning on the Taurus new moon. So I'm working on some more specific reflections for y'all based on rising signs. So if you want to get that sent to your inbox, go subscribe on Substack. And so this is really good, just like prep work for that for the new moon that's coming up, right? So new moon in Taurus, it's about creating new opportunities, planting seeds. Yes, we're talking about abundance. Yes, we're talking about the material world, but I need you to understand, especially for someone like Kara, who is an artist, right? It's not like you just sit down and you're like, okay, cool, let's make some art. And like writers, like I don't just like sit down and like, okay, great, like let me write my post. Like if I do that, it's going to come out very mechanical. Like I'm sharing with you now, like I have to finish the post. Okay, that means that I have started it. I wrote part of it. And then I got to a point where I was just like, I have nothing to give to this. Like I have nothing to give to this. So would it have been better for me to have just pushed it out and sent it out mediocre finish last night? Or after I've had some sleep, some mantra, some tea, some time with y'all, just soaking it up, good vibes, okay? And raising my energetic frequency, opening up the space for me to have new aha moments, new reflections, new experiences, new impressions, as we'd say in the sutras, in order for me to have like the creativity to make the rest of the post great. So for someone like Kara, right, it's not just the sitting down and the creating of the art that is like, this is not all you have to do, right? In order for you to create that piece of art and for it to be great and not just whatever target art, you have to like do your stuff. You have to create the space. It's like kind of similar to meditation. I feel like, yeah, you could try to plop down on your meditation pillow and like make it happen. Some people can do that. That's awesome. That's great. Good for you. Most people, I would say most people who attempt to do something like that They get frustrated. They're thinking the whole time, like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this wrong. I'm doing this wrong. I'm doing it right. And there's no consistency, and okay, we're done. Right. It's the same thing, right? That's what, the yoga practice is for. It's like we're investing our physical and, mental, spiritual energy so that we can create the opportunity for meditation to occur, right? Like we are creating the space for oneness to be achieved. Okay. And so in order for you to create great art, if you're going to create a great piece of art that you want to, sell and give to the world, okay, it's not enough for it to just like, oh, let me just like slap something together. I mean, you could do that. And there are definitely outlets for you to sell art like that. But if you want to sell art that is like energetically meaningful and even fucking whatever, like I still think that people who sit down and create like cutesy little like, I don't know, like GIF art, like sticker stuff, like that still takes like creative talent. That still takes creative energy. So it's not just the sitting down with your, tablet and your Procreate pen or, whatever, your paint and stuff. It's not just sitting down and acquiring the stuff to do that. That's not, when you're pricing your art, you're not just pricing it based on the materials that you've acquired and the time that you spent doing this. Like, what are you going to hourly price yourself as a fucking artist now? How does that work? What are you talking about? So it's not just the materials. It's not just the physical, like you're only thinking in the material, but you are, and yes, you are a material human as well. Okay. So we need to think about what all do you need to do? What do you require to be energetically prepared to create things that will bring you abundance? New moon in Taurus. Jupiter in Taurus. Oh my gosh, all the Taurus vibes. Okay. So in the instance of my friend Kara here, right? We were talking about, she has like a morning practice where she goes and walks on the beach, spends time with herself, right? Maybe it's listening to music. Maybe it's going to yoga. I know for her, it's definitely breath work practice for my 2-4. I know that much. And whatever else it is that, that day may entail in order for her to be in the space for creativity to occur. She is creating the opportunity for creativity and inspiration to happen. If you are constantly in your to-do list and you are constantly in this one-track mind of, I need this, I got to do this, I have to be productive. And how is inspiration going to happen? Are we creating any opportunity for you to be inspired, or are you trying to figure it out? Okay. My Jupiter return too, samesies. We were having this really fun conversation earlier talking about, the last time Jupiter was in Taurus. Think back to like 12-ish years ago. It's like June 2011 to June 2012. And like, to be honest, like there have been a lot of great things that have happened since then. That was one of the best fucking years of my life. Like, I was so in this space too. I was like so grounded and connected to like my inner self and my higher self. I was living in Hawaii. It was an amazing time. So perfectly timed as a message for you. I've been deep diving into personal nourishment before creation. Yes, it does make all the difference. And I know, oh my gosh, I've been watching Eugene, like just really being the creator out there. It's fucking awesome to witness, just like letting you know, like you have got a fan in me, friend. And that's truly what it is. Like my work, like in order for me to perform here, in order for me to have divine guidance and inspiration, like when I say this is the daily transmission, I literally mean that. Like I write down like a couple of notes and I just like start talking and we see how long it goes. Sometimes it's like 10-15 minutes. Sometimes I can talk for like 30 minutes here if I've got a lot to share with you, if there's just a lot coming through. But the only way that I create the space for all of that to come through is by honoring my energy and my practice and having really excellent boundaries. Like Kara sent me a fuckload of messages yesterday. Love you so much. It's fine, right? But she sent me a fuckload of messages yesterday. And I went to the chiropractor and he adjusted me all over the place. He said, he used the word miracle. He said the progress that we're making so far is so like it's happening so rapidly. He said it reminds him of the like of like a horse that has been like ready to chase after that rabbit, and just like now we let the gate open, so there's just like a lot of stuff happening. And I told him I get that. You know, I feel like I've been like mentally and like energetically prepared for this for a long time, and now it's just like we're aligning the physical, like I'm creating the temple to fucking be able to hold all of this energy. So anyway, we had just a lot of adjusting yesterday, and then I had my first acupuncture experience, which was pretty intense. So needless to say, when I came home, I was just like, I need none of this. Like, I need no computers, no screens. Like, everybody leave me alone. I watched a really good documentary on Hulu, and I completely not ignored Kara's messages, but I exercised my boundaries, right? I exercised my what I tell them, it's like up to 24 hours for response time. Usually it's much faster than that, but like sometimes I need the buffer, and it's not because I don't want to answer them or that their messages are like so hard to listen to. It's just that I need to be in an energetic space where I'm going to have inspiration and divine guidance, and I'm going to be in a space to like healthy hold space for whatever it is that they are here to ask for my support with. Right. And so, yes, I have my morning practice for me, for my mental health, for my physical health, for my emotional. But in order for me to be my best self, in order for me to be productive in my work, in order for it to be any fucking good, I got to take care of me. And you're going to see more and more. Like, we just had Saturn enter Pisces. I mean, we're like literally only 2 months into this. And I know y'all have already started to see shifts. We're going to see so many more corporate kind of level entities start to realize this. Like, oh, this is why people want to be at home, because they have finally created whatever it is that they need energetically. Like, I know someone who she's in my YTT. She has a job that is like in California. And during the, lockdown period or whatever, she moved here. And they have just now started asking people, I guess, to come back into the office, or not just now, but like she has basically told them like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I moved to Florida. So I'll be on the call. I'll be on during the hours that y'all are. So they're like a 9 to 5. So that's like 12 to 8 here in Florida. And so she's got her whole morning that she just like honors herself. She goes and she chills, she sleeps in, she goes to yoga, she takes care of herself, she has her practice. She says, I'm not answering work emails before noon, my time, because that is start of business, your time. And people want to push her on that. And she's been, no. And that is awesome. Right. And that's going to be more of like a normal thing moving forward, especially over the next 3 years. The world is going to evolve into that space. So guess what? You get to be ahead of the curve. You get to be one of the influencers, right? You get to be one of the people who lets the world know, like, hey, I'm a better person. Like, what is it in the office space, right? Like my CPS reports or my TPS reports, whatever the fuck they were, they're going to be better if I have enough sleep and if I have my Saturday off. And if you had just honored my needs in the first place, I would have done what you asked me to do, right? Anyway, that's all. Loving you so much. If you want the full scoop and you want more intentional reflections for the new moon in Taurus tomorrow based on your rising sign, go subscribe to my Substack. I am going to have that post out later today. Oh, P.S. I mentioned on my Substack, like I was going to do a live today, but transparently, like I just don't have it. I did not anticipate. What did my chiropractor say yesterday? He said, so it shouldn't feel too bad hate that. Said, hopefully it feels like just, you're sore, like after a really good workout. Said, hopefully not like being hit by a truck. Cool. Right. So just drink lots of water. And yeah, so transparently, I'm somewhere between hard workout and hit by a truck. So I'm gonna honor that today. And I'm not going to do the Q&A that I was going to do today in for my Substack. But what I do want to do is schedule that for right around our full moon in 2 weeks. So paid subscribers, let's do a live AMA next, right? 2 weeks. Yeah. And I'll, of course, include details. I don't know why I'm saying this now. I guess I'm just saying it out loud because I'm thinking about it. Okay. That's enough for today. I love y'all so much. I will see you tomorrow, Friday, on our new moon in Taurus. Go subscribe to the Substack for the full post. And I hope you have a beautiful Thursday. It's Jupiter day. Oh, so many Jupiter vibes. We love it. Have a beautiful day, friends.